what is the authorized positions of the DSWD workforce?
The workforce is about 6,000 persons. And entry level as social workers is at salary grade 11, which is probably comparable to DepEd and the teachers. However, we are sorely lacking in social workers, as you know, because we are now required, or we really should require social workers in our diplomatic and consular offices, where so many OFWs are psychologically and socially in need of counsel.
Mr. President, what is the number of authorized positions in the DSWD? Isn't it only about 3,342? In authorized positions on DSWD?
Yes, right now the authorized positions appear to be 3,342, but they actually have a great number of coterminous project-based casuals, contractuals, job orders.
Yes, I was getting into that, Mr. President, and their authorized position is 3,342. Their field positions is 2,933, and they have contractuals of roughly 13,000. Okay, question: what is the average, or how many years have these contractuals been with the DSWD?
I don't have any data on hand, but I would imagine a long, long time. As we've said many times, the national government is very often a prime violator of the ENDO contracts that we so revile.
Yeah, but isn't it that the contractuals get the same benefits as those regular employees?
Yes, that's correct. The contractuals do get the same benefits. They have the PhilHealth, the Pag-ibig, and so on. However, they are not fixed by term. However, the DSWD has a lot of other job orders, project, and cash.
Yes, I will get to that. I will get to that, Mr. President. But as far as the contractuals are concerned, what is the benefit of government? That since they're paid also the same benefits and allowances, and the only difference is security of tenure, is there a benefit for government not to regularize them?
I imagine it's only a way to get around the DBM strictures, but I will ask them. They are saying that contractual employees allow them to hire persons with full benefits, but only coterminous with a single project, given that DSWD has quite a number of international grants and loans.
Okay. When you say single project, what does that mean? Because essentially, the programs we mentioned earlier are continuing programs.
Yes, however, it will be noted that the 4Ps is funded in large part by foreign funds, and I think we're at our third tranche at this point. And also the Kalahi Seeds, at least the first one, is a loan-derived amount, which is winding down, which is why the sum is half of last year.
But isn't it correct that the budget of the DSWD every year just increases?
That's also true. And the 4Ps will be with us for a long, long time. It's true that by no means are 4Ps contractual in reality.
Yeah, correct. In fact, the DSWD would be what? The third, fourth biggest department in the country in terms of budget and in terms of human resources?
Yes, in terms of human resources, the employee contingent is very large. It should be noted that local governments as well have social welfare arms and employ groups to work together with the DSWD, making it another multiplier.
Okay. So I just wanted to understand, why are they contractuals when they have been there for a number of years, and the budget of the department continuously increases? I don't think any of these programs will be winding down, generally speaking. And you have 13,669 contractuals, no? In addition, you do have another 12,000 contract of service or memorandum of agreements, for a total workforce of roughly 30,000 in the DSWD.
Yes, that's correct, Senate President Pro Tempore. The problem has been the availment of items under the DBM, given that, for example, the Sustainable Livelihood has no explicit law bringing it into reality. Neither does the KC have any law to back it up. As a result, there are no permanent items that have been created for these quasi-permanent or, in fact, permanent programs.
Yes. And what is the 12,382 contract of service? Do they get the same benefits and allowances of the contractuals?
The contract of service does not provide them with the usual health and other insurances.
Okay, so they don't get the same benefits and allowances, no?
No, they don't.
Okay. And where do they source their funding then? Hindi PS yan.
I think
So this would admin
unlike the,
expenses.
sorry, Senator Recto, unlike the permanent employees, as we know, all of these contracts of services, job orders are all charged to MOOE, not PS.
Yes. Okay. And isn't it correct that the DSWD gets also an admin expense of all their MOOEs?
Yes, definitely. They have an MOE per project and per program.
Yes.
So, indeed,
What
these
is the
amounts
admin
get very
expense
large.
that they charge? Di ba they charge admin expenses for these programs?
Yes, some projects are more expensive than others. For example, the Sustainable Livelihood is extremely expensive. I was surprised to discover that it was upwards of a quarter of the total cost of project.
Really? That high?
If the project was 200 million worth, 56 million was admin cost. So I think there are areas where we certainly can save some money.
Yes, thank you for that.
On the other hand, the ayuda, on the other hand, sorry, on the other hand, if I may add, in the ayudas, in the distribution of SAP and SAP2 that Your Honor is very concerned about, it will be noted that the digital payments required 50 peso fees for every beneficiaries. But the DSWD did not have the budget to pay that. So that was an admin cost that was foregone and had to be borne by the beneficiary.
Okay. Thank you for that. We will go over well, based on our records, admin expense seems to be roughly 7 to 10%. Meaning to say, do they deduct this from the 190 billion MOE?
I believe so. In most cases, given that the DSWD does not really have that many employees in the field and regional centers.
Okay, so eventually this a part of this is used to pay for the salaries of the contract of service, no?
That's correct.
Among others, right? Okay. Okay, at the appropriate time, well, thank you for all your responses. As I promised, I'd be very quick. And I know that the hour is late and that everyone will want to have lunch. I thank the sponsor of the DSW, the budget for responding to our queries, and at the appropriate time, we will make recommendations as well as far as amendments to the budget of the DSWD. So thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam Sponsor, and to our colleagues.